faculty marshal for today's celebration. We're delighted to have you all here to share this day with our graduates. If you'd like to share this ceremony with family and friends, we are being webcast, and you can log on at engineering.berkeley.edu/BE for Berkeley Engineer Grad 15. engineering.berkeley.edu/BE Grad 15. To everyone who is already logged in, welcome and hi. To begin the ceremony, I'd like to introduce the UC Men's Chorale to the stage. This student-run group is the longest-running campus chorale ensemble west of the Mississippi. Please stand as the men's chorale sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets when the rockets from bursting, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You're welcome to be seated. Welcome to the 146th annual commencement of Berkeley's College of Engineering. We have more than 700 baccalaureate graduates here with us today, considerably more than the 12 students in UC's first graduating class in 1873. Out of respect for all our graduates, I ask that everyone please stay for the entire program. Now, please join me in welcoming Shankar Sastry, Dean of the College of Engineering.
Good morning. Top of the morning to you. This is my favorite day of the entire year. I know that I speak for all my faculty colleagues in saying how privileged we feel to have played a role in preparing you for this day. We've asked a lot of you, and you have stood up to the task. We are proud to send you off into the world as graduates of the world's best public engineering school. This day belongs to our graduates. It also belongs to the families who are here with us today, and we congratulate you for supporting the success of our students. You've contributed a lot: money, care packages, and most of all, your love and encouragement. Thank you. And now, I have one final assignment for the class of 2015. This is your turn to boo, I think. As you head off to your careers or further education, I ask you to answer the call of the citizen engineer. Use your engineering talents to create better living conditions, greater prosperity, and a healthier planet to all. Wherever you go, remember that you will always be a Berkeley engineer. Take your responsibility seriously, stay in touch, and go Bears! been given the honor of speaking on behalf of the class of 2015, Jeffrey A. Chu. Jeffrey A. Chu graduates today with a Bachelor of Science degree in bioengineering. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Here at Cal, Jeffrey has participated in many engineering student organizations and activities. He's been a program representative for the College Relations Department in the College of Engineering. That's in my office helping raise money. That's why that came first. And an academic coordinator for the Bioengineering Honor Society. He's also been a student fundraiser at the Cal Calling Center and was active in speech and debate at Berkeley. He's taken part in biomedical research, specifically in stem cell biology and trauma. His recent paper on using spray-dried plasma for hemorrhagic shock and trauma is now in press, and 2 other scholarly articles to be submitted for review by the end of the year. Jeffrey intends to work for a tissue engineering company where he hopes to use his knowledge of stem cell biology for therapeutic applications. His goal is to be at the forefront of discovery and join the healthcare field through research and development, creating the chance that patients deserve. Please welcome our student commencement speaker, Jeffrey A. Chu.
Thank you, Dean Sastry. Friends, faculty, parents, alum, kittens, doggies, bears, lend me your fur. I am honored to be your student commencement speaker today, as I will bring you on a familiar journey around the circuit board to reminisce about the components of Berkeley engineering that make us who we are today. So please bear with me, as I will share with you my story of being an engineer at Berkeley, a place I'd like to call more than just bear territory, but what I would like to consider to be home. We come into this prestigious, highly enriched institution having high hopes and dreams. For some of us, we were hoping to engineer antimatter as a viable starship fuel to save ourselves from the zombie apocalypse. For others, perhaps your goals were a bit less far-fetched, like being able to watch all 8 seasons of The Big Bang Theory. My goals were a bit different. I wanted to try every dining hall on campus, go to every football game, and of course, engineer stem cells to make a clone of my professors to ace my exams. But after we stepped foot into our first set of college classes, we slowly came to comprehend that the aspirations we once had may now seem a bit unrealistic. The sleepless nights we had studying for those dreadful lower division classes, to the times that we turned in projects before the minute before it's due, were all what seemed to be never-ending nightmares that we once had to struggle through. Winnie the Pooh once said, "Oh bother." But more importantly, that life is a journey to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. Although Berkeley Engineering's academic rigor was beyond what most of us had imagined, the knowledge that we gained here will help us foster a lifetime of opportunities for scientific development, allowing us to make an impact in health, sustainability, and the world around us. Graduates, be proud of yourselves for being able to resist the stresses and strains, forces, and pressures of the Berkeley Engineering curriculum. The currents of success that each and every one of you have sought to gain throughout your years as an undergraduate will spark a vast amount of potential for you in your future aspirations, be it grad school, industrial or academia, or whatever you may seek to do. But never forget the course that you've made here, the ups and downs, the charming and the strange, and of course the times that you hit rock bottom, and the times that you were on top of your game. These experiences are ones that you will not only reflect on, but also build on top of as you move on to the later chapters of your lives. My experience at Berkeley was rather short. As an incoming undergraduate student just last year, I found myself struggling through an identity crisis. During my first semester at Cal, I felt a heterogeneous mixture of feelings: anxiety, frustration, nervousness. I didn't know whether to consider myself as a freshman or as an upperclassman. As I made my way through the semester, however, I diverged from this conception. I learned that Gauss's theorem can be used to find the net flux of a magnetic field, how differential equations can be applied to Newton's law of cooling, and that eigenvectors can solve the mysteries of quantum mechanics. As engineers, one of our goals is to challenge ourselves to be innovative thinkers, to take the building blocks of life and create viable solutions. And with that being said, the criteria defined to be an engineer doesn't involve age, race, gender, or sexuality. What matters the most are the tools that we've gained here to keep our circuit board from tearing apart. Our time at Cal has not only taught us how to be an engineer, but what it means to be an engineer, ethically, analytically, and intellectually. And yet, the idea of self-fulfillment has yet to be understood by many of us, even though we now hold a piece of paper to prove our accomplishments. Berkeley Engineering has continually challenged us to redefine our limits and push ourselves to be the best of the best. But now it's up to us to continue pursuing the meaning of our lives, to chase after our dreams, and to challenge ourselves with the challenges that are brought forward to us. On top of Dean Sasser's assignment, I know your last set of undergraduate courses have come to an end, but I leave you with one last homework assignment. And please, do it out of your heart, not for the grade. Class of 2015, go out there, find what it is that impassions you, live life to the fullest, and regret nothing. In the next few moments, you'll get out of those chairs and show the world your flair. Because Bears, it's time to wear blue and gold, be fierce and have no scares, and let it be known that Berkeley engineers are out to make a world of difference. Thank you, and go Bears.
Thank you, Jeffrey. We're very proud of you. I'm just simply delighted now to introduce Bertram Lubin, who will deliver today's commencement address. Bert Lubin's lifelong passion has been to create healthy communities, particularly for children. He's the president and CEO of UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital, Oakland, an institution that he has served for more than 40 years. He grew up in a blue-collar neighborhood where people had a strong work ethic, and he was the first in his family to go to college. After earning his medical degree with a specialty in pediatrics, he served in the US Army, treating Vietnamese children at a remote hospital. He completed more medical training and then joined Children's Hospital in 1973 as Chief of Hematology and Oncology. He was drawn by the opportunity to work in a medical center with a diverse patient population, the call to serve children regardless of their socioeconomic status, and the prospect for creating a research-driven medical center that has excelled in patient care. He has served on many National Institute of Health committees, community-based health consortia, and university panels across the United States. His own research has focused on sickle cell anemia and other blood disorders, as well as public health initiatives related to newborn screening for hemoglobin disorders and cord blood. Newborn screaming. I wish I could solve that. And cord blood banking program. In 1984, Bert Lubin became Director of Medical Research in Children's. He transformed Children's small research program to today being in the top 10 in the nation among children's hospital research programs, besides receiving NIH awards for basic, clinical, and translational research. He was appointed to Children's top executive post in 2009 and serves today as President and Chief Executive Officer of the recently renamed UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital, Oakland, bringing Children's into an even closer partnership with the University of California and its campuses at UCSF, and especially us here at Berkeley. Dr. Lubin is now working with us here in Berkeley Engineering to advance several research initiatives focused on improving patient care and helping people live longer, healthier lives. He serves on the College of Engineering Advisory Board. Please join me in welcoming Bert Lubin as he delivers the 2015 commencement address.
Thank you, Dean, and thank you, all of the faculty. Well, this is a phenomenal experience for me. When I was asked if I would be willing to give this presentation at the Greek Theater, where my children from high school graduated in this theater and where my wife went to this university, I just thought, at age 76, how can I pass up this opportunity? It may never come again. And now that I see all of you young people in the future of our society, I'm just so grateful to be given this opportunity. So I'm going to talk to you about a title that I would put on my talk of Engineering Health. Good morning, graduates, faculty, and guests. Congratulations to you and your families. I'm honored to be here on this momentous occasion as we recognize you for your accomplishments and encourage you to move forward in your careers and lives. That was said by the previous two speakers, by the way. They all had the same theme. You might wonder why a pediatrician and CEO of a large children's hospital has been invited to talk to you today. It's not because I was your pediatrician or you received medical care at Children's, I hope, anyway. When I moved from Philadelphia to Berkeley, I enjoyed becoming a part of this wonderful university. Walking on this beautiful campus and working with students and faculty has been a pleasure for me and many of my colleagues at Children's Hospital. I've been on the staff at Children's Hospital in Oakland, as the Dean mentioned, as a hematologist, Director of Medical Research, and currently as the President and CEO of the Medical Center. In fact, of all the independent children's hospitals in the state of California, Children's in Oakland is the only one that has a pediatrician serving as the CEO. You can decide whether that's of value or not. I became a medical doctor and specialized in pediatrics as I wanted to address the health inequities that exist among children in our society. I am grateful for the opportunities I've enjoyed and the people I have worked with to address this goal. What I do each day defines me. I do not consider it my job. I hope you're able to identify something like that in your career, that you feel the same rewards that I'm able to in my position. The Children's Hospital of Oakland is now part of the University of California. The hospital prides itself on its public mission by providing services to over 250,000 children each year, regardless of their ability to pay. This includes children who are in foster care, over 2,000 children in Alameda County who are homeless, and teenagers who are incarcerated. Due to the generosity of Mark and Lynn Benioff, we are now called UCSF Benioff Children's Hospitals, and our brand is Redefining Possible. You can contribute to that brand, and I hope you all consider how to do that. Between the two campuses located in Mission Bay and in Oakland, we have all the medical services a child might require, from primary care to organ transplant to gene therapy. As the Dean has mentioned, I've been a member of the advisory committee of the School of Engineering for a number of years. I accepted this responsibility as I recognize that innovative directions in healthcare require engineering insights, leadership, partnerships, and passion. For example, teams of engineers working with healthcare providers can develop systems that facilitate new treatments that can be delivered outside the hospital, reducing costs, preventing illness, and improving care. The concept of a medical home that addresses the complex needs of patients with chronic illness will require engineering partnerships. Perhaps some of you, or many of you, will consider that as an important thing to accomplish. As 80% of the current cost of medical care supports the treatment of only 20% of the patients, those patients with complex illnesses, these partnerships are essential. Improving healthcare is part of the mission of the College of Engineering, and you have the opportunity to consider career paths in this direction. This time I'd like to tell you about a number of the wonderful examples of discoveries made by the Department of Engineering that will improve health. Engineers at Berkeley recently developed an exoskeleton. We are now studying the role this exoskeleton can have in helping children who have cerebral palsy. In fact, using it, we've been able to get children who are in wheelchairs all their lives to walk, to come out of a wheelchair, use the exoskeleton, and to be part of society. The results so far are extremely exciting. Engineers at Berkeley have invented new applications for mobile health, such as a cell scope, which takes a microscopic picture that can be transmitted by a cell phone to a reference laboratory for a diagnosis. These have been used in third world countries to detect sickle cell disease and tuberculosis in villages where conventional laboratories do not exist. An iPhone ear exam clip-on can turn the average cell phone into a medical diagnostic tool. Just imagine, in each of your pockets, you have a medical diagnostic tool. You never thought of that, or perhaps you have. But start thinking about that. This device can potentially cut back on the 30 million visits to the doctor each year for children with potential ear infections. Application of sensing devices will help us provide care at home for children who need monitoring of cardiac or lung function. Applications of telemedicine will improve care for children who live in rural areas or in third world settings and do not have access to health care. But I caution you, as internet technologies advance, you and we have a responsibility to prevent tragedies such as internet bullying and the impact of violence, and the acceptance that violence is a way of life that's conveyed to young children on the internet. We have to change that. So I want to talk to you about asthma. Asthma is the most common medical condition we treat at Children's Hospital. Environmental toxins are known to trigger asthma attacks. Exposure to secondhand smoke is a major contributor to lung disease in children. While we are able to provide immediate effective treatment, asthma is often recurrent, and unless we address triggering factors such as environmental toxins and smoke, we will not prevent the problem. And as I give this talk, we are in the process of working with engineers at Berkeley to develop a sensing device that children can wear and will detect environmental toxins that trigger asthma. Other sensors are being developed at Berkeley to address medical problems in children, such as diabetes and obesity. Cellular therapy programs are being evaluated by UC Berkeley faculty to cure genetic disease and to regenerate heart muscle. Magnetic resonance imaging technology enables us to detect diseases that would otherwise not be possible. Engineers at Berkeley are developing new methods to reduce the time to complete the exam, reduce toxicity, reduce costs, and make it easier to perform on small children who require anesthesia to have an MRI. These are examples of only a few of what's taking place now on this marvelous campus, and illustrates how exciting and how impactful healthcare engineering has become. I'd like to switch a little and talk to you about poverty. You may or may not know this, but in Alameda County, 1/3 of the children that we see live in poverty. And poverty is defined by a family that lives on $20,000 a year and could have 3 or 4 children in that family. Now, as you well know, that figure is somewhat equivalent to what the tuition is at the University of California, whether you're on scholarship or whether your parents pay. Challenges, stress due to violence, lack of family support, illustrate how your zip code appears to be more important than your genetic code when it comes to your health. At our hospital, families with 4 or 5 children live on this pathetic income. Meeting the needs of the population must consider a distribution of the benefits in ways that reduce hunger, poverty, and inequality. You have that responsibility to address in your future. I think it's really important to keep this in mind. An organization called Engineers Against Poverty proposes to address the adverse environmental impacts that directly impact poor people so that all people share the benefits of development. You have the opportunity to consider the role that you can play in addressing poverty and its impact on health. I'd like to encourage you to consider remarks recently made by David Brooks, a columnist for the New York Times. Brooks stated that there are two sets of virtues, the resume virtue and the eulogy virtue. The resume virtues are the skills you bring to the marketplace. You all have wonderful resumes. The eulogy virtues are the ones that are talked about at your funeral, whether you were kind, brave, honest, cared about others, or faithful. We all know that the eulogy virtues are more important than the resume ones, but our culture and our educational system spend more time teaching the skills and strategies you need for career success than the qualities you need to radiate that sort of inner life. I am confident that this is not the case at Berkeley, and encourage you to think seriously about my comments. You are all fortunate to receive an education at the best public university in the country. What you have learned endows you with a responsibility and commitment to your community, locally, nationally, and globally. To put your great knowledge and education to work, I encourage you to work with those that are not as fortunate and explore ways in which you can help them. Giving back is part of the wonderful culture and environment at Berkeley. Measure your success not only in your professional accomplishments and academic resume, but on your impact as an engineer, teacher, scientist, advocate, or philanthropist on the lives of others. In conclusion, I hope my presentation today encourage you to apply your knowledge to benefit others and to enjoy the feelings associated with giving back. Recognize the value of what you do and how human interactions play an important part. Figure out your mission and pursue it with everything you've got. Keep your resilience in check so that you can recover from any setbacks and keep moving forward with great momentum. However you choose to give back, University of California at Berkeley is proud of you. Let us know how you're doing. Share your stories of how you are changing the world. And thank you very, very much for being in this wonderful theater and to be able to give you some of the passion that I have for the health of children, and I am sure you will make a difference in their health. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bert. And you know, I don't know if you felt as moved when Bert said, you know, the primary determinant of health is your zip code rather than your genetic code. Let's go change that. Moving on, I like to say many members of the class of 2015 have been involved in projects supporting the College of Engineering. To show their pride in Berkeley, the seniors have given a class gift to the college to benefit their successors for the years to come. The class of 2015 Senior Gift Committee is here on stage to present their gift on behalf of the entire graduating class. We've invited committee co-chairs Anna No and Helen Park to say a few words.
Dean Sastry, on behalf of the Berkeley Engineering Senior Class of 2015, we're honored to present this check for $47,720 to the College of Engineering. In total, 441 of our classmates, comprising 50% of the senior class, donated to our campaign. In addition to thanking the many seniors who gave so generously, I would also like to thank College of Engineering alumnus Bob Sanderson for providing us with a challenge that inspired us to give and increase our impact of our contributions.
As we prepare for the next stage of our lives, whether it be the workforce or further educational opportunities, We will always remember that our current and future achievements were made possible by the education we receive here at Berkeley Engineering. So please consider this check as an expression of gratitude for all that Berkeley Engineering has done for us, as well as an expression of our commitment to its continuing excellence. Thank you, Dean Sastry, and all of our incredible faculty and staff members for an incredible 4 years. We wish the best of luck to the students who are following in our footsteps. Go Bears!
Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2015 for raising our annual senior gift to a new level of performance. I understand that our seniors engaged in some friendly competition this year to see which department could reach the highest participation rate. We totaled up the numbers just yesterday. The winning department, with 66% of its seniors giving to the campaign, is nuclear engineering. May I ask Department Chair Carl Van Bibber to step up to the lectern. This isn't a check, but just a certificate. Well done. I'd now like to recognize some remarkable members of the class of 2015. Seated here on stage are this year's recipients of the departmental citation and related awards that recognize the highest level of achievement in the major. Please stand as I introduce you, and please remain standing for a collective round of applause. You can also applaud in between, right at the end. Sivan Goldenberg Marcus, Bioengineering. Shu N. Kristen Kwok, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Jingyan Wong, Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. He isn't here today. Nathaniel Lee, Engineering Science. Shir Nahama, Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Ji Yu Zhao, Operations Research and Management Science. Nicole Sophie Schauser, Material Science and Engineering. She isn't here today. Aaron Winkers, Mechanical Engineering. He also is not attending. He was also a finalist for the University Medal. And Tung Fan, Nuclear Engineering. Please join me now in congratulating our students on this high achievement. I'd now like to recognize the collective accomplishments of the class of 2015. Every one of you is an exemplar of Berkeley Engineering's mission: to educate leaders, to create knowledge, and to serve society. In your studies, you have pursued excellence of the highest order. Many of you have volunteered to mentor students in K-12 schools. Many of you have joined faculty and graduate students to discover new solutions and create new technologies. And you've helped build a stronger college community and a better world by taking on leadership roles in our many student organizations, competition teams, professional societies, and service programs. I invite the entire class to stand while our family and friends join me in applauding this outstanding cohort of Berkeley engineers. The class of 2015. Now I'm going to turn the tables on our graduates. Please remain standing while I take a moment to recognize the families and friends who walked with you on your journey. Their emotional and financial support has helped make your education possible. I invite you to turn around and express your appreciation for your loved ones by giving a hearty cheer to all of your friends and family who are here with you today.
Today is a special day, and you're welcome to take photographs, but due to safety and to respect those that are seating, please keep the aisles clear on both sides. Commencement is a proud day for graduates and their families, and it's a proud moment for the University of California. The degrees conferred by the university attest to the highest scholastic achievement of our students and to the fulfillment of the primary task of the university. Today's ceremony recognizes engineers who have earned the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelors of Science. I now invite Dean Shankar Sastry to give the baccalaureate degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise? In my authority as Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of California, Berkeley, I grant you the degree Bachelor of Arts. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise? In my authority as Dean of the College of Engineering at the University of California, Berkeley, I grant you the degree Bachelor of Science. I now invite everyone to move the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. This venerable tradition signifies your new status as college graduates. Congratulations to all of you.
Certificates will be presented by Dean Shankar Sastry, assisted by Executive Associate Dean Per Peterson. Please hold your applause until all the candidates are introduced. We begin with the candidates from our Department of Bioengineering. And you may sit down.
While we're waiting, hello, parents, students, teachers. We in bioengineering represent the living side of bioengineering, sometimes the softer, sensitive side of engineering, but still being as rigorous as all engineers. Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Bioengineering are Nika Mishkin, Martina Brozinski, Yi Chen, Sivan Marcus Goldenberg, Atriro Mukherjee, Suyan Han, Elaine Peterson, Deepika Bhatnagar, Daniel Rivera, Nathan Gesalaro,
Mohit JT. Shamali Pandith. Shainul He. Lawrence Shutaja. Marcus Kroll. Jeffrey Chu. Helen Park. Anna No. Nicholas Leong. Kevin Fan. Paulina Ng. Shiwarti Jindvajaraju. Patrick O. Andrew Schultz. Karen Yang. April Jung. Hae-Eun Sung. Rui Lee.
Kim Do. Rulon Zhou. Sukhpreet Kaur. Angela Zhang. Eugenia Kang. Eric Wong. Hongju Kim. Jason Liu. Ryan Hartnett. Shyam Bhakti. Arthur Fong. Brandon C. Ming Lei. Cameron Bates. Pranjali Berry. Ashley Tsai. Eric Yu. Vivian Shen. So-Young Kim. Mai Chung. Yao Duan. Shohao Law. Mariel Bench. Grace Lee.
Dave Ho. Tony Zhang.
Derek Liu. Andy Chong. Rahul Nadkarni. David Brooks. Tara Armand. Arjun Aditham. Rebecca Pack. Celia Chung. Aaron Gupta. Graham Ray. Ryan Rezvani. Sasha Rasulu. Sashank Srinivasan. Hannah Adelsberg. Maitri Mitwal. Connor Ludwig. Tiragajan Sezhian. Rashan Panchatnatan. Sahiti Rani. Asad Akbani. Toan Nguyen. Ryan Zulyomi. Christopher Diebel. Sabrina Levy. Servani Kandapalvuli. Of course. Karen Cheng, Jonathan Silberstein, Annika Carlson, Suzanne Chow, Lena Chen, Ariel Wang, Mohi Ayatoi, Gary Yu, Shilpa Chowdhury, Blair Holman, Eric Katz, Zachary Jones, Shi Shen, Christopher Wen, Sudarshan Srinivasan.
Please join me again in welcoming all the great students in bioengineering.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering are Anna Lua, Curtis Siegfried, Angela Thorne, Raymond Ye, Marshall Pugiadi, Huachi Liao, Shuen Kristen Kwok, the recipient of the Departmental Citation, Chad Yu, Gregory Horry, Jehan Anketel, Mobalaji Ojuri, Nathan Chan, Graham Scott, Yehang Kao, Iku Chin, Dugwa Jiao, Xiao Zhang, Mark Ma, Adeline Tran, Ji Chang, Adriana Alexander, Rowan Zoltan, Hannah Esther Squire, David Rothblum, Uriel Shelby, Kent Ma, Alvin Wong, Chase Fowler, Matthew Landberg, thank you. Kenny Hua, Ivan Chen, Dajong Shong, Kaylee Liu, Minu J, Michael Chang, Noriel Bargo, Bin Tran, Nok Kiem, Hira Baksh, Carla Hutchinson, Rebecca Wursel, Heidi Iran, Allison Jarvis, you're delaying the sermon. Wilson Bassett, Patrick Clay, Bobby Kenny, Christopher Blaylock, Nicole Yee, Omsri Bharat, Rana Abdel Sattar, Carly Schaefer, Sam Rounds, Ayla Shimabuku, Sophia Hamilton, Jacob Chu, John Hensley, Garrett Miller, Miklos Zoller, Debbie Fan. Please join me in congratulating all the graduates.
Gene Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Engineering Science. Zoe McBride. Catherine Berner. Elaine Horn. Othman Benkaran. Jack Lin. Fang Ming Lin. Christina Thangslagoon. Micah Altman. Sarah Mehta. Trung Phan. Jeremy Axelrod. Patrick Sun. Zachary Lentz. Benjamin Jang. Christine Rizai. Calvin Brown. Alexander Bedrenkov. Troy Sue. Emily Jensen. Eva Liu. Alexander Charn. Ross Greer. Nathan Lee, winner of the department citation. Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Science from the Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research or Bachelor of Arts in Operations Research and Management Science are Kyle Ung, Cheyenne Golanato, Philip Su, Matthew Chang, Alan Fan, Stephen Sun, Ivan Young, John Young Park, Michael Signorati. Vishal Kapadia. Winston Long. Rohan Sunthankar. Anjali Gopal. Charles Custer. Yui Vo. Melissa Lewis. Travis Dunlop. Jada Kainatma. Matthew Burke. Shir Nahama, the recipient of the departmental citation. Ami Bihi. Alexander Turney. Jessica Lazarus. Hao Chen Shan. Ying Yang. Min Chao Lin. Akash Sharma. Jashelle Carlisa. Ryan Runchi. Yixin Guo. Max Vale. Tanya Pengyu Lee. And Jiyu Zhao, the recipient of the Operations Research and Management Science Outstanding Student Award. Congratulations to all of this year's graduates.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Materials Science and Engineering are Norman Monroe, Nishant Biswas, Alan Lin, Mingxi Zhang, Leah Ruinski, Minju Lee, Kaithike Varundan, Waylon Chen, Diego Oliveira, Joseph Jankowski, Hawei Yan Day, Alex Lee, Stephen Ming Chow, Chris Chuang, Yandian Lu, Xinhu Wu, Ziyi Zhang, Irbal Assad. Please join me in congratulating the Bachelors of Science students from Materials Science and Engineering.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Nuclear Engineering are Nicholas Moyle, Jabin Root, Samuel McAlpine, Adriana Urechi, Hamza Aunla, Alexander Laut, Mark Trudell, Nathan Rickner, Christopher Brand, Mark Swanson, Nicholas Mertz, Alan Yamanaka, Lauren Janney, Apratim Vidyarthi, Tung Fan, winner of the departmental citation. Let's give a big round of applause to our nuclear engineering grads of 2015.
Dean Sastry, the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the Department of Mechanical Engineering are Caleb Boyd, Ivan Maric, Nicholas Renda, Jordan Whitney, Brendan Mitchell, Matt Deflison, Matt Wojciechowski, Nick Martin, Rohan Busin, Joseph Janescu, Gary Ehrman, Vishu Jaiprakash, Gunesh Kare, Alejandro Cota, Ian Craze, Joshua Aaron Mendoff, David Gailey, Sean Ross, Danny Jan, Jonathan McKinley, Mihir Pandey, Brian Salazar, Joanna Wu, Giovanni Juhodi, Jinsuk Sim, Tonchu Lee, Alad Reddy, Jacob Vineshwaran, Forrest Wang, Aunan Lee, Zhongqi Gao, Xincheng Fan, Xiaotian Fan, Jonathan Chung, Connor Benton, Brady Kimball, Ian Shane, Benjamin Curl, Mitchell Heschke, John Riley Marin, Something Wong. Wait a minute, that's not it. Si Chen Huang. Sorry about that. Don't read what's on the card necessarily. Mary Lee. Sean Chilelli. All right. That's called kinematics. Keen Ellis. Kimberly Lynn. Alex Park. Aaron Kuntz. Charlotte Bellin. Shell Ekman. Marcus Fromm. Alejandro Ortega. Justin Sin. Akil Debrakonda. Philip Brown, Lakshay Tuneja, Andrew Taylor, Alexander Tsong, Bjorn Temple, Jess Newman, Deepak Talvar, Andrew Wu, Nathan Duncan, Danielle Grandi, Joseph Chung, Chung-Hu Wong, Kington Young, Ting Zhang, Bobby Kernion, Caleb Davis, Harash Bastenfard, Lauren Farrell, Dylan Vesper, Jason Parker, Andrew Cooker, Daniel Sue, Divya Kulkarni, Joseph Phillip, Matthew Janelli, Eric Sweet, Andreas Rolnitis, Joseph Marquis, Sarah Doby, Rashana McPherson, Rebecca Tioker, Samir Kodkaye, Kyle O'Day, Rahil Mehta, Henry Greenhut, Austin Duke, Martha Dean, David Strachan Olson, Andres Seradell, Jabin Joe, Tonghua Hugh, Derek Fung, Brandon Sale, Binju Kim, Sam Harris, Stephen Klein, Patrick Holmes, Andy Ma, Joshua Kim, Michael Lee, Thompson Nguyen, Isaac Yee, Miriam Malik, Satari Ganji, Wajid Mardani, Sarush Motahari, Jason Beck, John Shee, Remy Orens, Dan Lee, Ryan Fang, Srijan Bunia, Barbara Waters, Jeffrey Duneker, Samuel Fung, Douglas Hutchings, Daniel Boishet, Adam Eastman, Yingxi Fu, Jente Yang, Abhishek Nikela, Martin Thompson, Semi Zink, good, really good, Andrew Sinclair, Elton Wong, Vijay Jaratani, Aldrich Wong, Christopher Wang, Keith Ewan, Yuchi Wang, Kwok Tran, Jingsong Chu, Pan Lak, Wing Tak Thon, Minyi Singh, and last but not least, Evan Winger. Congratulations to the class of 2015 Athletic Mechanical Engineers.
Dean Sastry, the amazing candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science from the world's largest and best Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Sciences are Dominic Lim, Stanley Hung, Kevin Hui,
Charles Bin, Jason Kramer, Joseph Finley, Daniel Tomasello, Forrest Lane, Darhee Lei Yo, Raphael Lurie, Rhea Miara, Asaf Abidan Atonir, James Shaw, Jameis Defenderfer, Johnny Shen, Dylan Ling, Michael Sang, Stephanie Ho, Emily Chen, Ryan Wilson, Michael DeHordis, Tu Hyun, Nanyan Huang, Nicholas Gan, Kwok Thai Nguyen Tron, To Tron, Gregory Khan, Sahana Suri, Christopher Shea, Joseph Lee, Sarup Mitra, Derek Lowe, Shur Soon, Daniel Lee, Derek Cho, Nikita Tatiev, Eru Rita Tuan, Lawrence Ong, Joshua Mack, Alvin Wong, Samuel Shu, Kevin Yun, Chester Chu, Kush Agrawal, Ayush Davra, Siddhant Puri, and Abhishek Gupta. Som Mishra, oh, he left. Ronald Lee, Garrett Gordon, Akil Nambiar, Michael Lennon, Sanchit Bareja, Sukriti Singhal, Sharmitha Hall, Kaylee Mann, Suhar Mesri, Meghna Chatterjee, Sangeeta Ugapan, Eric O'Neill, Vishant Kumar, Nicholas Fertini, Kuvan Sikund, Colin Elder, Stephen Yagotsky, Vikram Ear, Flora Dye, Claire Thompson, Vikram Situ, Michael Romaine, Luca Zuccarini, Eno Samaras, Natish Padmadaban, Michael Lee, Sean Roberts, Anuvin Menon, Sahil Pandya, Rohan Agarwal, Mark Ikaros, Anand Lakshmanarayan, Eugene Wong. Eric Bartlett. Ware Wan. Suyuan He. Ali Kayas. Quincy Shen. Nicholas Duber. William Guo. Ashley Willard. Jeffrey Snowis. Eric Tu. Isaac Tian. Alexander Johnson. Noah Gilmore. Harrison Tsai. Milena Guy. William Tang. Alton Zheng Xue. Atsunori Kakatani. Byron Zhang. Jason Ma. Tony Wu. Eileen Lee. Biyong Dong Song. Aaron Beal. Nanya Ong. Jeffrey Chen. Nolan Chan. Stephen Martinez. Kevin Zhang. Warren Gabriel. Christopher Wu. George Pierman. Vikram Srikanti. Garrett Fidalgo. Kevin Shea. Patrick Hong. Matthew Raphael Maxombo. Andrew Koeth. David Wu. Jihoon Su Shin Chong. Nina Parta. Michelle Nguyen. Alan Tang. Joe Wright. Ken Katagiri. Munim Ali. Jeffrey Liu. Rios Shah. Cameron Boradar. Lori Krakurian. Nimish Chakravarti. Noah Gold. Jaspreet Singh. Jonathan Ma. Christopher Cannell. Medea Gori. Sweta Rapakula. Summer Mohammed. Araceli Salcedo. Michael Lin Yang. Carlos Asuncion. Kenneth Ling. Neil Garde. Siddhartho Bhattacharya. Justin Fu. James Yang. Wilson Tang. Sarah Wada. Nick Holt. Karthik Argawal, sorry. Christopher Lee. Weili Wang. Sebastian Miller Hack. Charu Dinkankar. Samuel Friedman. Alex Liu. Craig Hiller. Leo Cam. Kevin Wu, Wensen Xie, Pragya Singh, David Zhang, Daryl Wayne, Dhruv Garg, Neil Rane, Eric Krogan, Navroop Singh, Mehdi Nazimi, Patricia Demarest, Farin Namdari, June Ha, Mikeli Vishelli, Ganbold Lee, Yaxing Tang, Jack Renji Long, Jonathan Ting, Destin Lee, Binyi Liu, Aman Sufi, Yifu Wan, Ran Wei, Zitan Li, Deyi Li, Lintao Wang, Fan Wang, Carlos Caballero, Kevin Lau, Alexander Chu, Jingun Li, Louis Kang, Risan Reed, Rishi Sharma, Kushal Ranjan, Larry Wu, Jerry Chen, Arnab Mukherjee, Aditya Kalgi, Matthew Nguyen, Bruce Zhang, Alec Guertin, Angela Shu, Anthony Fandrianto, Daniel Kang, Vincent Owe, Andrew Liu, Jeffrey Zayas, Kevin Yang, Jonathan Lin, Nathaniel Mailoa, Neeraj Amakanti, Sterling DeMille, Daniel Chin, Puneet Dewan, Sean Hickey, Betty Chen, June Lee, Alexander Tokul Sample, Johorn Kuarn, Joseph Mogadam, Maxwell Newens, Eric Atkinson, Yuji Takabayashi, Joe Wang, Ziran Shang, David Tian, Siddharth Naik, Victor Shen, Michael Yang, Yuta Labur, Valerie Liu, Joy Jang, Japheth Wong, Isaac Chow, Robert Huang, Alan Wynn, Sumia Basu, Nirajan Kumar, Jeffrey Dong, Jason Yi, Andrew Fang, Haley Chen, Jean Lee, Raymond Xiao, Matthias Faisubaloy. Douglas Cook. Peter Gao. Jordan Zhang. Anran Lee. Daniel Xu. Shiwen Wei Leong. Vedant Kumar. Tejas Srinivasan. Uchul Dubey. Vaishal Shankar. Paroma Varma. Akshay Narajan. Michelle Chen. Jian Chao. Sagar Karnakar. Edwin Xie. Jason Koh. Alan Lee. Caleb Wang. Max Barreto. Zachary Hargreaves. Ethel Bao. Kenneth Otomo.
I did it, Mom.
Hyun Sik Gang. Eric Wang. Scott Lee. Conan Kai. David Chang. Priyanka Nigam. Lauren Spears. Jennifer Coleman. Corbin Hollowell. Brandon Ferguson. Rahul Mala. Jonathan McGowan. Nassim Al-Naji. Christopher Hall. Peterson Chang. Jocelyn Coswanto. Kayvon Mizuji. Jonathan Kim. Karen Yang. George Wu. Rakshit Bardwaj. Aj Tripathi. Winnie Chan. Jisoo Kim. Fei Ding. Simon Du. Yilin Liu. Yifan Ding. And Ji Chi Miao. Please join me in congratulating all of the EATS graduates.
Thank you, everyone, and best wishes to all of our graduates. To close today's program, the UC Men's Chorale will perform Fight for California, the Cal Fight Song. I thought I was going to have to sing for a moment.
Our sturdy golden bear is watching from the skies, looks down upon our colors fair and guards us from his snare. Our banner gold and blue, the symbol on it too, means fight for California through and through.
Congratulations again to our class of 2015. You are now and forever Berkeley engineers and alumni of the finest university in the nation and one of the top engineering schools in the world. Be proud. As you embark on your career and continue your education, remember these years at Berkeley with fondness. Come back and share your experiences and pass your knowledge on to the students that follow you. Change the world and participate as active alumni. Stay in touch with each other, and we provided you some suggestions on the back of your brochure. This concludes our commencement ceremony. You are invited to the receptions held at the departments in the College of Engineering. The location of each is listed in your program. Best wishes to our graduates, and thank you all for celebrating their achievements.